Hey guys, what's up? My name is Thomas, I live in Germany, but I'm currently traveling the beautiful country of Namibia. After being on the road for 2.5 weeks, I realized that I actually packed very well. So I was thinking, for those of you who are about to plan a trip like this one, but are not quite sure what to take, I'm gonna share my packing list with you. To do so, let's go back in time and have a look. Alright guys, this is it. My recommendation, what you should take on a road trip to Namibia, or in this case any other African country. It probably doesn't make a big difference. I split all that into 3 sections. On the left side right here you see what I believe to be essential. In the center you see what I think is essential / recommended, and on the right obviously gadgets and electronics, things you may or may not need. If there's anything you think that is missing on the table, anything you think we should pack, write it in the comment section below and let me know. But for now, let's get started with the essentials. If you do a proper road trip, you will also hopefully have to do a lot of hiking. And when it comes to hiking, I believe you should go for boots or half boots for 2 reasons. First of all, this right here gives you proper ankle support, especially when you're hiking a lot on uneven ground. And secondly, when we talk about countries like Namibia, you will potentially encounter scorpions, snakes, spiders, anything that could harm you when you, for example, are stepping out of your tent at night because you need to go to the restroom. It's dark, you can't see the ground, you're not watching your step at any time. This right here gives you a bit of more security just in case. The second pair of shoes I take is actually a running shoe, which I found to be very comfortable and efficient for intermediate distant walks in a city, for example, or hikes on even ground. These are the same shoes I will wear on the airplane, so that effectively I only have to carry 1 pair of shoes with me on my check-in. These 2 pairs of shoes, or these 2 kinds of shoes, will get you everywhere. Do not take sneakers or any fancy shoe. This is all that you need, so really pack wisely with your shoes. This section right here is pretty self-explanatory. Obviously we have mosquito spray, we have power adapters depending on where you come from, and this right here, please spend a few more bucks and get biodegradable baby wipes for in case you do need to use the restroom along the way and you're far away from any place you can go to. You can just leave them out in the wild and there's no harm done. They're 100% degradable, so please do not trash the entire country with regular paper. As for the medicine section, I have pretty basically packed aspirin for headache, something for pain / fever. I have something for diarrhea / stomach problems, and sleeping pills for the airplane, or if I have trouble sleeping just randomly. If you feel like it, I would also recommend getting water purification tablets. This could be a lifesaver if you're running out of water in any scenario where you're far away from any potential water source, like drinking water source. These tablets can turn random water of a lake, a river, whatever, into drinking water quality. This could really help you out if you ever run out of water. When you're on the campground or on the road, I recommend definitely you need a flashlight and / or a headlamp. Also a proper travel knife that comes as a multifunctional tool, including screwdrivers and whatnot. Obviously sunscreen. Right here I have a lightweight sleeping bag that I may only use for hygiene purposes. I have a proper sleeping bag right there that I will talk about in a second. Earplugs in case you can't sleep. Nature can get a bit loud at night if you think about crickets and whatnot. And this right here, I cannot recommend this enough, especially in times like Corona. This is called a humidifier, and what it actually does is as you exhale, it traps the water right here and uses that water to moisture the air that you breathe in. So you will constantly keep being hydrated and you will not have a dehydrated throat, especially after long distant flights. This costs like $45. I would highly recommend to get this. It makes life so much easier and you're going to be not as miserable at the end of your flight. This right here is a fast drying towel, especially important for when you're not staying more than a night at a place. You don't have time to hang the towel up in the morning and wait for it to dry. This really comes in handy. A lifesaver could also be having a proper roadmap and knowing how to use a compass in case you ever run out of cell phone service. You do not want to get lost, not only because it's annoying, but it could get dangerous. Get a map, get a compass, know how to read it, and you will always be safe. So that's what I believe is essential. Let's now move on to the center section. Obviously we have clothes. Let me start off right here with the hat. I cannot stress this enough. Always wear a hat when you're hiking in the sun. As for clothes, I pretty much dress the same way as I do when I'm hiking here in Germany. Just take all kinds of layers. I have shorts, I have actual long pants, hiking pants, I have thermal underwear that I usually use for motorcycling, I have t-shirts, and I have long sleeves. Everything to bridge the gap between night and daytime temperatures is needed. And as you see, I completely go for dark colors because you will be in the sand all the time. I highly recommend you to not take any light, especially not white color shirts or pants with you. This right here is an inflatable pillow because I'm going to be sleeping for like roughly a month on top of my Jeep in a tent, and this little thing may just make things a bit more comfortable. It's a little upgrade for comfort, not really needed, but I recommend to have it. This right here is a proper sleeping bag that I bought like 3 years back when I went to Mongolia. It's like solid up to -20 degrees, which in this case may be a bit too hot. If this is the case, I would just keep it open at night and combine it with the lightweight sleeping bag right here. So again, it's very important to be flexible with the temperatures. Do not try to save room in your big backpack by not taking a proper sleeping bag, because if you start freezing at night, you'll be miserable and it takes all the energy away for the next day's hikes. That's pretty much it. I like labeled this as recommended because obviously it depends on your private feeling. How much do you need? How long will you travel? What type of year will you travel? So this is definitely what you should have, but you know, the quantity of each item totally up to you. And this is right here, obviously not necessarily to be taken with you, but most people do go like me because of photography or videography. So just briefly, what you should have if you go for photography, you should not settle for anything less than a 400mm lens. And if you do, you definitely need a tripod because otherwise your shots will not be as good as they could be. This right here, just a little idea you should think about. It is an external battery, but it's a bit more expensive because it comes with an actual charger for power outlets built in, which you usually don't have. So if you hook up this external battery with a cable to your cigarette lighter in the car, you could use this right here to charge all your gadgets as you travel. And since you will have long distances to bridge with the car, you will never get to a destination with your items uncharged. Obviously, you have a different different lenses right here. This is my GoPro pack, a solar-driven external battery. Once more, this is my drone stuff, and then again all kinds of chargers and especially converting cables that I was talking about to hook up the external battery right there with the cigarette lighter in the car. And then last but not least, do not forget your passport, and especially during COVID times, your vaccination passport. If you get all these things, I'm sure you're good to go. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if I'm missing something, and especially let me know if you did travel to Africa, to Namibia, and if you found this effective or not. I'm happy to read your comments below. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Have fun.